about a broken promise is once you've broken it, you can't take it back. It's like that metaphor where, like, you take the glass and you break it or you shatter it and then you try and glue it back together, but it still has the cracks. It's the same concept for a broken promise. And the thing about being a lion tamer is you can't do that. Like, you gain this trust, you earn this trust with the lion that you're working with. You get an understanding of each other, and if you break that trust, there's not like a common language. You can't just talk about it and be like, hey, I'm so sorry that I did this. It was my mistake. You can't do that. The lions don't understand that. That trust is gone. And the chance of you getting it back, I mean, you might, but it's gonna be a lot harder. So, when a well-known lion tamer suddenly stops working, quits his job, ups and moves, and you hear that it's because the lions don't trust him anymore. The lions won't be around him anymore. It's a weird position to be in, especially if you are dating that person, because maybe they haven't broken your trust, but they've broken someone's trust, and that puts into question a lot of things. Like, if they've broken someone else's trust, how long until they break yours? Will they break yours? You just don't know. And so this lion tamer begins essentially starting over, like trying to start like a new life, because he has broken so many people's trust around him. Because he broke the lion's trust. He broke his employer's trust at the time. He ended up breaking like his significant other's trust, and just everybody around him. He broke their trust. He broke promises. He went back on his word, and it was a sudden change that came out of nowhere. And so, with having a discussion with him, you can sit down and you can be like, hey, why did you do this? What happened? He may or may not tell you. But it all started with someone who really likes the color purple. Now, it's not just that. It's not an obsession. It's not. It's just this extreme. Purple is their favorite color, and they want everything to be purple. Their hair, their clothes, their house, just everything to be purple. And it wasn't in any, like, it wasn't in an obsessive way. It was in a way of just like, you have so much passion for this thing that you put all of your effort into it, that you put your time into it, that you invest in it. And that's a very, like, having that sort of focus and that drive is a very, what's the word? Inspiring. It's a very inspiring thing to see someone with that drive, to see someone with that passion and that go-getterness and all of that. And he looked at this and he saw this person and he realized that he didn't have that drive. He didn't have that passion. He didn't have that desire for anything, and he wanted to find it. And it ended up taking over his life because he wanted so badly to find that itch, to find that passion, that he stopped showing up to work. He, stopped texting people back. He stopped communicating with people as he started to search for that drive. And, the first thing that he tried is he looked back at his childhood and he went, okay, what did I used to like? What did I used to be passionate about? Maybe there's something there. And so he tried taking up writing, and that just, it wasn't for him. It wasn't his thing. He, didn't think he was creative enough. He didn't think that he was good enough at it. And just continuously got discouraged. Then, he tried, you know, maybe his passion, maybe his drive will come from collecting things. Maybe it'll come from collecting things. And so he went around and he went back to his old house, his parents' house, and he found his baseball card collection, and he looked at it and he tried to get back into it. He started looking up stats of baseball players, and that wasn't it. That wasn't his passion. That wasn't his drive. And it took him a few weeks before he realized that, like, this isn't the way that he should go about it. He shouldn't just be pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing to try and find his passion. He should be letting it find him. Because sometimes it happens in the most unique and special ways. And he ended up finding it, and it wasn't until he stopped searching that he found it, because he was walking along and just like looking around, and he looked into a shop window, and on the TV he saw an interview playing, and that interview was between like like someone who had essentially like the vibe of like gotten famous overnight, had a viral video on TikTok. And the person was talking about how it jump-started their music career. And he was just like, wow, that's really cool. So then he went home and he ended up looking this musician up, and he looked at their viral video, and it was a simple little video of them just singing their heart out. It was like recorded by someone else. Like they weren't even trying to like sing for camera. They were singing their heart out at like some party or something, and one of their friends had recorded it, and they went, haha, what if I posted this? And that jump started everything for them. And so he looked at it and he went, wait, I've always wanted to make videos. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. And so he started just making silly little videos in his garage. It was the only space that really was big enough that he was able to like commandeer for days at a time, as he spent an hour here recording and like 30 minutes here and like 20 minutes here. And he had the most basic and the most simple software for editing, but he spent the time and he just started editing videos and creating content and just having a blast. And it wasn't paying for anything right away. He wasn't really making money or anything. He was just doing it because he had finally, after years and years, found his passion. He had found what he wanted to do, what was his drive. And he started doing it. And he hasn't stopped. The end.